as I'm looking through these, I'm sensing a theme today. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Who doesn't like a good theme? I should have been a lit major. But
I'm all
anyway, here
about
we go.
themes.
Dear workplace therapist, our company is in the early stages of bringing employees back into the office after the pandemic, which means our teams are in a state of flux on how we're working. We have people who haven't returned to the office at all and work remote only, people who come in for 3 days a week and work from home the rest, people who come in every day once a week and then none at all the next, plus other variations. Frankly, it's a little overwhelming to keep track of my team, much less check in on them regularly and get my work done. Can you offer some tips on how to do it? Do you know anyone who's doing this well? Signed, feels like herding cats.
Okay, so let's talk about herding these cats. First, I don't know anyone who's doing this well, so we're going to kind of be learning and making this up as we go. We're going to be learning and making this up right now, okay? Right. So I can offer some prescriptions and recommendations on how to do this a little bit better. So at the end of the day, it's all about clarity and clear expectations. That's really what we're trying to get at, okay? And so everyone's going to have different sets right now. There will come a time for every one of our workplaces where there's going to be a policy set on expectations coming into work. That's going to happen. So even the people who are a year from now still afraid to come out of the office, I'm sorry, folks, unless your workplace allows you to work remotely, you may have to make a choice to either continue to work there and go into the office or not. But that day will come. Right now, that's not the day. Right now, we're giving people flexibility to kind of choose based on their comfort level, okay? Again, that's not always going to be the case, but right now that's the season we're in, okay? So given that's the case, that we're allowing people to choose based on their comfort level, it's going to be the manager's job and the employee's job, both have to kind of co-author this, to sit down and have conversations and say, okay, so let's talk about what your comfort level is and how you want to work and where you want to work over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month. Maybe take it kind of a couple weeks at a time. And I think that's important because the manager needs to know, she or he needs to know where folks are when they're thinking of setting up meetings, okay? So my experience has been, at least from a teaching standpoint, I can teach a fantastic session or I can facilitate any conversation if I get everybody in person or if I have everybody virtual. But hybrids don't work well. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. It doesn't work well. Get like half the people on Zoom and half the people in the meeting room. People on Zoom aren't going to hear all the stuff going on in the meeting room. The meeting room people are going to stop paying attention to the Zoom call because you got a live person next to you. It's really clunky. And so the manager needs to figure out how she or he's going to facilitate that. So that's where it really comes down to making sure that everyone is clear on their calendars and they stick to it. That's the other important part too. The manager needs to be able to say, okay, I need you to tell me exactly when you're going to be in the office and I need you to stick to that because I got to plan meetings and stuff. And it's going to be easier to know where everybody is when I'm doing that. Now, it's also okay for the manager to make a recommendation or request. You know, maybe you really want to have at least one in-person meeting in the next 2 weeks. It's okay to make that request. And then folks will let you know based on their comfort level of what they can do. But at the end of the day, it's all about clarity. And the key is clarity and commitment. So we've got kind of 2 C's right there. Drive clarity, but you also have to reach some level of commitment. And then manage with what you got. It's going to be a little bit like herding cats for a while until the day comes when, you know, there's going to be more of a stricter or firmer policy set. But right now, just some conversations to kind of drive those 2 things, clarity and commitment.